What's up, guys? Good Escape Good here. You like the green screen? I'm really excited about it. I just got it finally. I haven't wanted one for almost a year. You like the green screen?
I'm not sure that there's anything left to me. Don't let these shakes go on.
So here's the thing, honestly, like, I enjoy the Banlist and at the same time I hate the Banlist. And what I mean by that is I'm so tired of the Stratoses of the world and the Sangans of the world getting banned, but at the same time I feel like a Banlist, it's a nice thing to look forward to when it comes to the game. But at the same time, I really don't think that we need one anymore. And here's what I mean by that, is that yes, there are cards in the game that need hit very badly. Instant Fusion needs banned, or Nodin, whichever one, but I think with the new Fusion tuner guy that Instant Fusion should probably get banned. You know, I think Kieran needs banned. I think a lot of cards need hit right now. But honestly, with what Konami's doing with the game currently, which is they're switching it up. They're making it so that we don't really need a ban list anymore. What they're doing instead is they're creating. I had this idea, you know, probably like 6 months ago or so. I made a video of it, My Solution to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that, where the idea was instead of just killing everything on one list or whatever, instead make decks that are specifically designed, more or less designed to beat what's already top tier. You know, if you guys remember, Hat was the top deck along with like Lightsworn and other stuff like that, and then Shadows and Burning Abyss came out, the Duelist Alliance era officially began, and it just killed everything in its path because those decks were... Hat could not beat Shadows, Hat could not beat Burning Abyss. It was not even close. So what Konami did was they took, okay, well, so these are the top decks. You know, they're all destruction oriented. You know, the hands, Sanctum for Moral Talk, stuff like that. It was all centered very heavily around destruction. So what Konami did is they made archetypes that benefit off of destruction, and then that became the meta. So what Konami's doing nowadays is that they're basically doing that. You know, they're using the meta as a ban list rather than using the ban list as a thing in and of itself. And I'm not sure which I like more, because there's pluses and minuses to both. On one hand, it leaves a lot of problems in the game unattended, which in turn can create something down the line. You know, nobody really knew, we'll say, nobody knew what Hat was, you know, but it was just these three engines that Konami came out with. You know, they came out with the Artifact engine, they came out with the Hat engine, and Trap Tricks was already a thing. So if you leave things by themselves, eventually someone's going to be able to put them into a coherent deck. You know, so it's kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing, because, you know, who doesn't love some innovation in the game every now and again? That's what I live for when it comes to this game. But at the same token, I feel that it can lead to problems down the line. You know, whether it's the Harpy Dancer FTK or other different FTKs or other different just degenerate combos where it, like, what is it, the Harakthi FTK or whatever it's called, the Heaven's Arc FTK, whatever it's called. I feel that hitting cards, like getting rid of them to make sure that they're not problems down the line, is honestly a lot safer of an idea. But also at the same token, when it comes to, like, it also gives the potential, not having a ban list, not hitting these cards so often, also gives the potential to have more innovation of a format down the line. You know, right now, since Zodiac's come out, it's definitely been the #1 deck. But we'll say before Zodiac's, there were like 5, 6 plus decks. You know, if you guys remember, it was during the kind of whole Duelist Alliance era where you had BA, Shadows, Klee, Satellar, Necros were topping, obviously, because it was the best deck at the time, but it was right around the time where you had a lot of these different types of decks topping. You know, it creates more potential for problems down the line, but it also creates potential for a more diverse format, and that's why I think Konami's not really doing a whole lot with the ban list right now, is because they're kind of seeing how this plays out. They're going to see if it's going to be this huge format where everything tops, and then they have to go through and just kind of, I guess, I don't know, they have to trim the fat off, for lack of a better word. So I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on it. I would kind of like I would like a ban list, you know, at specific times. I'm so tired of no, we're just going to do it whenever we feel like it. No, screw that. You know, we went, what, 10 years or so with a ban list. March, September. It made it easy. March and then September. And then they went to 4 ban lists a year, where it was January, April, May, June, July, and then like October or whatever it was. You know, I felt that was better, just specifically because you had more chances to hit more cards. It made it so that if you had to deal with like some kind of degenerate FTK, you had to deal with some kind of over the top tier 0 deck or whatever the case calls for. You didn't have to deal with it for 6 months. Dragon Rollers were tier 1 for like a solid year, but that was more or less because Konami refused to hit the deck all that hard. Oh no, we're gonna ban the babies, congratulations. There's this card called Ravine, there's this card called Sacred Sword, there's this other card, there's this other engine, it's called the Plant Engine. There's so many different ways that the deck could go. Granted, I don't think Ravine should have ever been hit. I think that they should have hit the Rulers, but that's neither here nor there. So, I think Konami, honestly, they can do it one of two ways. They can either use the ban list at their disposal, they can use their ability to create cards at their disposal. Honestly, I think there's pros and cons to both, but honestly, I would probably like to see a ban list, but that's just me. So, tell me what you guys think about this. This is just a quick thing I wanted to get off my mind while it's still fresh on my mind, and while it's still kind of a relevant topic right now. So, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you next time. Peace.